And let's revise what we covered together for the last session that we talked them together. We said that we covered the inference and function, and we know that most of the inference and function question cover most of the ACT test. We covered together the big picture, and last time we covered the little picture. We had homework, and I know that some of you, or all of you, I think, send the homework for me, but we're going to revise it together. Let me open the file. We had homework for number 6 till number 10. I want you to write number 6 first, and we're going to go through. Okay, Yusuf, write all. Okay, no problem. Uh, Mahmoud, number 6, if you can write it, please. Only number 6, and we're going to go one by one. Mahmoud, waiting for your answer for number 6. It was homework. Okay, thank you. So now both Yusuf and Mahmoud said that number 6, the answer is B. Let's find, is your answer right or wrong? He said the main purpose of the fourth paragraph, line 42 till 50 is 2. And you do remember from last time that we said we can read the whole thing, or we can make it easier for ourselves to read the first sentence and last sentence. Sometimes it's going to be the whole paragraph, 2 sentences. Okay, so they are 2. Let's read them together to find what the answer. He said this hypothesis can best be tested by a trial wherein a small number of commercial honeybee colonies are offered a number of pretherum producing plants, as well as a typical bee food source, such as clover. While controls are offered only the clover. So now it's a kind of experiment. Mites could then be introduced to each hive with a note or with note made as to choice of the bees and the effects of the mite parasites on the experimental colonies versus control colonies. Okay. So summarize the result of an experiment? No, still. He just issued an experiment. Propose an experiment, that right? To investigate how different diets affect commercial honeybee colonies, that right? Yes, he talk about the pretherum producing plants and the clover. Susceptibility of mite infestation, that right? It can be B. Provide a comparative nutritional analysis of the honey produced by the experimental colonies and by the control colonies. We didn't talk about the honeys. We didn't talk about them. Predict the most likely outcome of unfinished experiment summarized in the third paragraph. It's not unfinished. It's a kind of propose. So the answer, as you mentioned, Mahmoud and Yusuf, B. Perfect. Let's go to number 7. Yusuf wrote his answer, waiting for Mahmoud. Okay. Here we have different answers. Yusuf said D, Mahmoud said C. Let's find the sentence. The sentence of line 10 to 13. For years till other, take care. It's only one sentence, so we have to look at all of it and find the repetition in. He said for years, for a lifetime, the machinery of my destiny has worked in secret to prepare for this moment. Its clockwork has moved exactly toward this time and place and no other. So here, expose a side of the narrator that he preferred to keep hidden. I think here he is not the one that keep it secret. It's the destiny that keep it secret. So it's not A. demonstrate that the narrator thinks in a methodical and scientific manner? How? How methodical and scientific? He doesn't talk about anything that has scientific here. I know that destiny is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but he doesn't use any scientific thing. Show that the narrator feels himself to be influenced by powerful and independent forces? Yes. He said that destiny has worked in secret to prepare for this moment. So he is influenced or affected by powerful and independent forces. It can be C. Let's look at D. Emphasize the length of time during which the narrator has prepared for his expedition. Yes, he mentioned the length of time, but he is not the one that prepared for his expedition. Here he said that the destiny is the one that prepared. So the answer is C. So Mahmoud is right. Yusuf, did you get the answer?
Yes.
Okay. Number 8. I have the answer from Yusuf, waiting for Mahmoud. Okay. Yusuf, say D. And Mahmoud, say C. Again, different answers. Let's find who is right. He said the most likely purpose of the parenthetical information in line 63 to 64. He talked about things that between parentheses. But I can't only read these. I must read the whole sentence. So it's going to be like that. He said the researcher paired the anthrombin gene with a promoter. What is the promoter? Take care because this will come in grammar in the English part, which is a sequence of DNA that control gene activity. So what is the promoter? A sequence of DNA that control gene activity that is normally active in the goat's mammary glands during milk production. So it's illustrate an abstract concept. It's not abstract, it's concrete because it's a piece of DNA. Describe a new hypothesis. It doesn't use anything that express about the hypothesis. Clarify claim. It's not a claim. Define a term. Yes, it's what does it mean promoter? A sequence of DNA that control gene activity. So now the answer for number 8, right for Yusuf, wrong for Mahmoud. Clear, Mahmoud? I can't hear you, Mahmoud. The mic is open, but I can't hear you. You told me that you're going to fix your mic from last time. Okay, if you can hear me, just write on the chat box that it's okay. Mahmoud, can you hear me or not? Hello? Okay, it's from last time actually. It spent 1 week. You told me last time that you can't speak on the mic. So try to fix it, please, Mahmoud. Okay, number 9. I got the answer from Yusuf, waiting for Mahmoud. Again, different answers. Yusuf said B. Mahmoud said C. Let's find which one is right. He said which choice best summarized the first paragraph of the passage from line 1 till 35. Oh my God, it's a long one. Let me take the first sentence and the last sentence. Here it starts with it. It is a vague pronoun, so we need to take since before. There is but. We take a since before. So we can read this. He said here, we are not witnessing the abundance of the suburb or a movement of millions of people back to the city all at once. Okay. The last sentence. Not many young professionals moved to new downtown condos in the recession years because few such residences were being built. But there is no reason to believe that the demographic trends prevailing prior to the construction bust will not resume once the bust is over. It's important to remember that demographic inversion is not a proxy for population growth. It can occur in cities that are growing, those whose numbers are flat, and even in those undergoing a modest decline in size. Okay, let's find out what is repeated here. The 2010 census, it wasn't mentioned here or there, demonstrate a sizable growth in the number of middle class families moving into inner cities. It didn't say that. The 2010 census, even it wasn't mentioned, is not a reliable instrument for measuring population trends in American cities. It didn't say that. It wasn't mentioned. Nothing was mentioned about it. Population growth. Yes, I think I have heard that word here. It was mentioned many times. Population growth and demographic inversion. Demographic trends. And again, it was, remember, demographic inversion. Is evident in many American cities? Yes. He said it can occur in cities that are growing, those whose numbers are flat, and even in those undergoing a modest decline in size. So it can happen in all American cities. So it can be that. Population growth, it was mentioned here, in American cities has been increasing since roughly 2000. It wasn't mentioned. While suburban population have decreased, no, he didn't say that we are not witnessing the abundance of the suburbs. So the answer is C. Mahmoud got it right. Yusuf got it wrong. Clear, Yusuf?
Yes.
The last one, number 10. I got the answer from Yusuf. Waiting for Mahmoud. Okay, both of you said that the answer is A. Let's find out. Which choice best summarizes the first two paragraphs of the passage, line 1 till 14? Again, the same thing. I'm going to take the first sentence. Where the first sentence? Where the first sentence? It's here. And the last sentence. The problem that he said here, her mother. We didn't know her refer to what? So we're going to take it since before. Unfortunately, the whole paragraph. She said here, Emma Woodhouse, handsome, clever, and rich, with a comfortable home and happy disposition, seemed to unite some of the best blessings of existence, and had lived nearly 21 years in the world with very little to distress or vex her, annoy her. She was the youngest of the two daughters of a most affectionate, indulgent father, and had, in consequence of her sister's marriage, been mistress of his house from a very early period. Her mother had died too long ago for her to have more than an indistinct remembrance of her terraces, and her place had been supplied by an excellent woman as governess, who had fallen little short of a mother in affection. Okay, let's find. Even though a character loses a parent, yes, she lost her mother at an early age, she is happily raised in a loving home. Yes, yes, he said that. An affectionate governess, it was mentioned by the end, helped the character to overcome the loss of her mother. No, she didn't remember her mom because her mother died when she was young. Largely as a result of her father's wealth. He didn't say that her father is wealth. He said that Emma was rich. No. A character has a generally comfortable and fulfilling life, that right? But then she must recover from losing a mother. She didn't remember her mom. So the answer is right. But for both of you, perfect. That was the homework. Now go to number 11. Solve it, please, and write on the chat box the answer. Okay, I got the answer from Yusuf, waiting for Mahmoud. Okay, we have two different answers. Yusuf said D, Mahmoud said A. Let's find. He said, which choice best describe the structure of the first paragraph? Again, the first sentence, the last sentence. Ah, he said it. So it's a vague pronoun. Let's take a since before. He said here, but it's a contradiction. So we need a since before. So till here. The problem of our age is the proper administration of wealth, that the ties of brotherhood may still bind together the rich and poor in harmonious relationship. The last sentence. A relapse to old condition would be disastrous to both, not the least so to him who serves, and would sweep away civilization with it. But whether the change be for good or ill, it's upon us, beyond our power, to alter and therefore to be accepted and made the best of. It's a waste of time to criticize the inevitable. Okay. Is it a personal history is narrated? It can be personal, yes, he said our age. Historical examples are given. I don't know what's in the middle. A method is recommended, but this is not a method. That doesn't look at the method. No, it's not A. A position is stated. Yes, this is a position. The problem of our age. Historical context is given. I don't know what happened here. An earnest advice is given. Yes, this is advice. It's a waste of time to criticize the inevitable. This is an advice. It's B till now. Certain principles are stated. Here only no principles. Then opposing principles are stated. I don't know, in the middle. A consensus is reached. No. So it's not C. A historical period is described. He doesn't talk about history here. No. So the answer is B. Both of you are wrong. Clear, Mahmoud? Clear, Yusuf?
Clear.
Just write on the chat, Mahmoud. Okay. Let's go to number 12, please, and pay attention. Just concentrate before writing the answer. Number 12. I got the answer from Yusuf. Waiting for Mahmoud. Okay, two different answers. Yusuf say D. Mahmoud say C. Let's find out. He said the main purpose of the first paragraph. Okay, let's look at the first sentence and the last sentence. The problem here that he said had he. He is a big pronoun, so take since before. Akira came directly, breaking all tradition. Was that it? Had he followed form? Had he asked his mother to speak to his father to approach a go-between? Would the child have been more receptive? Okay, let's find. Describe a culture? No, he's asking questions about something. Criticize the tradition? He didn't criticize it. Question a suggestion? They are no suggestion to be questioned. Analyze the reaction? Yes, because Akira breaking all tradition. So he start to analyze this reaction. Was that it? Had he followed form? So the answer is D. Yusuf got it right. Clear, Mahmoud? Number 13. Write the answer, please. Pay attention. I got the answer from Mahmoud. Waiting for Yusuf. Okay, both of you said that the answer is C. Let's find. He said here, what function does the discussion of water in line 35 till 40 serve in passage 1? Okay, so we need all of this. There's not a paragraph. He said here, water ice from the moon's poles could be sent to astronauts on the International Space Station for drinking or as a radiation shield. Splitting water into oxygen and hydrogen makes spacecraft fuel. So ice-rich asteroid could become interplanetary refueling station. So it continues an extend comparison that begins in the previous paragraph. I don't know, I need to read this to find in the previous paragraph. Again, here he said in the previous paragraph, no, we have to read now the previous paragraph. In this scenario, water mined from other worlds could become the most desired commodity. In the desert, what's worth more, a kilogram of gold or a kilogram of water? Ask Chris Dankney of Honeybee Robotics in New York. Gold is useless, water will let you live. So it continues an extended comparison that begins in the previous paragraph. No, the comparison between the gold and the water, and it finish. It provides an unexpected answer to a question raised in the previous paragraph. No, the question was answered previously. It offers hypothetical examples supporting a claim made in the previous paragraph. Yes, it's a hypothesis because it said could be. And it supports an example here, so it can be C. It examined possible outcomes of a proposal put forth in the previous paragraph. It's not possible outcomes. It's not. It's not possible outcomes because they are a kind of hypothesis. So both of you got it right. Alhamdulillah. Okay. We are done with the little picture. Now, as you know, that you have here a kind of passage that it has a kind of words. You're going to find the meaning of the words. It's better to read it and read the meaning of the words. Now, what will happen? Now, we're going to go to the test. If you remember that we're going to just test yourself in the little picture. Let me send it for you. Okay. It's the same test that I have sent it before. I'm going to send again. It's actually up, but I know that you're gonna lose track, so let me send it for you. I've sent it for you. Now we're gonna look at the question that relate to the little picture. Let me just share the screen. It's the same test that we answer for it. The inference function and the big picture. We're gonna answer now the little picture. Just to have a practical experience on a real test. Okay, let's find the questions. Number three. Number three. Answer number three. Look, the main function of the eighth paragraph. Number three. Waiting for your answer, guys. I got the answer from Mahmoud. Waiting for Yusuf. Okay. Two different answers again. I don't know why you are not concentrating. Mahmoud Siqdi, Yusuf Siqbi. Which one is right? Or both of you? One of you wrong? I don't know. Let's find. The main function of the eighth paragraph, line 55 to 64. Okay, this one. So we're going to look at the first sentence and the last sentence. Okay, we don't need to read more, but don't forget the blurb. Like every time I told you, don't forget the blurb, but read it only one time. So here he said literary narrative. This passage is adapted from the article Training Stories by Jamba Lahiri, 2011 by Condé Nast. After I graduated from college, I moved to Boston and formed a close friendship with a young woman whose father is a poet named Bill Corbett. Okay, the last one. I spent the summer picking out sketches and fragments on a typewriter. Let's find here. Outline the writing advice the author received from a Boston poet. He doesn't mention that there is a kind of connection or the poet start talking to her. Contrast the author expectation. Contrast the author expectations of Boston with her expectation living there. No, we're not talking about living there or in Boston. Nothing talk about that. She just knew a girl that her father is a poet. Relate how a friendship influenced the author commitment to writing, maybe because he took in the beginning about the friendship with a girl that her father was a poet. And by the end, he said that I spent a summer picking out sketches and fragment typewriter. That means that she start writing. Describe a friend the author met while she was in college. He didn't describe her. He didn't describe her. If you look here, he said, after I graduated, even he didn't talk about the life in the college, the after. So the answer now is C. Clear, Mahmoud and Yusuf?
Here.
I told you take care of the question, please. Take care of the question. Okay, let's see if we have another one. Yes, here. Number 10. Number 10. Answer it and take care, please. Okay. Um, Mahmoud, we are number 10. You write B and the choice is no B. No choices. Stated B in number 10. Waiting for your answer, Mahmoud. Okay. Again, two different answers. Two different answers. Yusuf said F. Mahmoud said G. Let's find. He said what? The main idea of the last paragraph. Take care. If you missed between more than one answer, two answers, you can read the whole paragraph in that case. You can read the whole paragraph in that case. The main idea of the last paragraph is that the author, where is the last paragraph here? First sentence, last sentence. For much of my life, I wanted to belong to a place, either the one my parents came from or to America. The last sentence. I belong to my work. So she never belonged to her place or to America. She belonged to her work. I belong to my work, to my characters. Okay, let's find. So here writes about characters who search for a place to belong. How characters? She's talking about herself. She's talking about herself. Has grown accustomed to feeling out of place. How out of place? No. She belonged to her writing. Both of them wrong, يا شباب. Both of them did the second question in the quiz. Haram. Feels caught between India and America? No, because by the end, she said that she belonged to her work. Has found a sense of belonging in her writing? Yes. She said, I belong to my work. I'm not belonging to America or in India. I belong to my writing. The second question in the quiz. Clear, Yusuf and Mahmoud?
Here.
Okay. Wake up, please, when you are solving. Let's go to the second passage. Know this big picture? No. Number 14. Number 14. Please, because in the quiz right now, two question, you didn't solve the right. 14, concentrate. It's a new paragraph, a new passage. 14. 14. Don't forget 14. Okay, I got the answer for both of you. Again, different answers. Mahmoud said that the answer is H. Yusuf said that the answer is J. Okay, let's find out. The main purpose of the second paragraph, line 7 till 13, is to provide. Okay, second paragraph. From here till here, I'm going to take the first sentence as we used to. Then now we can't find the end of the first sentence. Ah, it's only one sentence, look. So we're going to read it all. But don't forget to read the blurb. Here, this passage is adapted from the book Brave Companion, Portraits in History by David Maclew, 1992 by David Maclew. I have seen the greatest engineering works of the day, he wrote. But I must confess that when passing backwards and forwards on the Panama Railway, I have never been more struck than with the evidence apparent on every side of the wonderful skill, endurance, and perseverance which must have been exercised in its construction. I think now he shows his admiration to the Panama Railroad that was mentioned here, or the Panama Railway. Let's find a first-hand account. I think yes, he used I, so it's a first-hand account because I, me, we, us, it's first hand or first point of view. On the experience of helping build the original line of the Panama Railroad, he didn't talk helping build. No, no. Details about what the original line of the Panama Railroad looked like, he didn't talk about what it looked like. He's just like it. He just like it. Evidence to support the idea that Pym was knowledgeable about Central America, I think he said about somebody. Ah, here he said he, and we don't know who is he. I forgot to take a sentence before. So it pushed me to take even a paragraph before. It was not long after the completion of the Panama Railroad in 1855 that Bedford Clapperton, Pym, declared with perfect composure that of all the world's wonders, none could surpass this one as a demonstration of man's capacity to do great things against impossible odds. So let's go again to the answer here. Evidence to support the idea that Pym was knowledgeable about Central America. He doesn't talk about Central America. He talk about Panama Railroad. An excerpt from Pym writing, yes, that demonstrate his enthrallment, his excitement with the Panama Railroad. Yes, yes, he was excited by it. Who got it right? Yusuf. Mahmoud got it wrong. Mahmoud, clear? The third question, Mahmoud, take care. Third question. Okay. Number 15 also is little picture. 15 also little picture. Answer and write the answer in the chat box. Okay, let's find. Okay, this time both of you made it C. Let's find your answer is right or wrong. You said the main idea of the sixth paragraph, line 40 to 46, is that the 40 to 46. Okay, the first sentence, the last sentence. Okay, it's the full paragraph. The surveys made by its builders produced important geographic revelations that had a direct bearing on the decision to build a Panama Canal along the same route. Okay, they took a hear about that they want to build a Panama Canal next to the Panama Railroad. In addition, the diplomatic agreement upon which the whole venture rested, the so-called Bid-Lac Treaty of 1846, was the basis of all subsequent involvement of the United States in Panama. Okay, let's find. Bid-Lac Treaty, it was mentioned, was the catalyst for the Panama Railroad project. It doesn't talk about Panama Railroad, it talk about Panama Canal. No. Bid-Lac project or Bid-Lac Treaty and surveys, yes, were mentioned, of the Panama Railroad project laid the foundation of the Panama Canal. Yes, yet the surveys and the treaty make the Panama Canal and further U.S. involvement in Panama. Yes, United States in Panama. So the answer till now is B. C. Railroad surveyors made important discovery about the geography of Panama, which informed other Central American Railroad project. We didn't talk about other Central American Railroad project. We didn't talk about that. Only the involved of America. So this is wrong. United States was involved in Panama for a brief period of time in the late 19th century. It doesn't talk about any time, so the answer is B. Mahmoud and Yusuf, clear?
Clear.
Mahmoud, the fourth question that we got it wrong. Yusuf, only one question that we got it right. Shabab, this skill we studied together. Look at number 16, also the same skill. You are taking the answer from what you read. Don't bring anything from outside. Okay, let's find your answers. Both of you said that the answer is F. I wish that the answer is right. I wish. The main purpose of the lists. He want here lists in 59 till 65. Okay, I need only the list 59 till 65. 59. Okay, from here, where is the list? Okay, let me just finish and make this one. Highlight it, I'm sorry. 59 to 65. And because here it's not complete, so I'm going to take sense from here. But I want to concentrate on the list. And because here there is it, so we need to take a census before. So let's read this and concentrating on the list. Through a great sweep of glass behind him, as we talked, were the distant hills of Panama. No different in appearance than they ever were. It's almost inconceivable, he said, that the railroad survey, just the survey, could have been made by a comparative handful of men who had no proper equipment for topographic reconnaissance, no helicopters, no recourse to aerial photography, no modern medicines, did the list, nor the least understanding of the causes of malaria or yellow fever. There was no such thing as an insect repellent, no bulldozers, no chainsaws, no canned goods, no one reliable map. Okay, so he showed the difficulty that they faced. Indicate the range of obstacles the builders of the Panama Road would have faced? Yes, to show the difficulty that they faced. Describe the kinds of tools the surveyor of the Panama Road would have used? No, they don't have. Identify the steps involved in a typical railroad survey process at that time? No. Suggest the kinds of problems builders of the Panama Road reported to Parker? No. Perfect, guys. Alhamdulillah. Okay, let's see other question, but they're gonna be homework. The other question are gonna be homework. Okay, question 21. Nothing here. The last passage. 35. Only two questions. Only two questions. 21 and 35. Also to complete the quiz. But before, please, before solving them, because we didn't get in the quiz good mark. Like Mahmoud, he got 1 out of 5. Yusuf got 2 out of 5. It's not good at all. You have to watch the recording again before solving number 21 and 35. And see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.